products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you're right. What a way to start the week. In about 12, 13 minutes from now, you don't have to even be a Tulane Green Wave fan. You just have to be a New Orleanian that's been paying attention, because I think a lot of folks have jumped on the bandwagon as the season progressed. Yeah, it's game week. I'm talking about the Tulane Green Wave. Unbelievable. It really is. We talked about the biggest game in Tulane football history, the conference championship game. Well, it just got bigger. The Ole Miss game is bigger than that. Tulane, first round of the playoffs, taking on the Green Wave. 2:30. ABC, nationwide television audience in Oxford, Mississippi, just 6 hours up I-10. Well, I-55, excuse me. 6 hours from New Orleans. You could get in the car at 5, 6 a.m. and be in Oxford, Mississippi for lunchtime and have a few hours to mess around the campus, go through the Grove, experience a great college football environment, and then go watch a historic playoff game where the Green Wave's taken on Ole Miss in a rematch from like 12 weeks ago. So they're familiar with this team. No, so fired up for Saturday afternoon. Can't tell you. And I know, one step at a time, I get it. But if Tulane can somehow pull the miraculous upset on Saturday afternoon, in 10 days, they're back in New Orleans at the Superdome in the Sugar Bowl versus Georgia. Perennial power, Georgia. Pretty heady times on Ben Weiner Drive, uptown New Orleans. By the way, Tulane Green Wave head football coach. He also happens to be the Florida Gators head football coach. Jon Sumrall joins us in 12 minutes. Stick around for that, Green Wave fans. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Send out a text and email. Corey Johnson on the neutral grounds. Got Jon Sumrall coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, all the questions you would ask, what you want to know. Yeah, it's game week. Roll, MF Wave, roll. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls. What up, Mario B?
Hello, Corey. Not much. How are you?
Hello. How was your weekend?
It was good, man. Saints got a win. That was a lot of fun.
And like at the last two great drives at the end.
Yes. Tyler Shuck looking good, man.
Tyler Shuck looking really good, huh?
Yeah, 500 record as a starter. So games have been more exciting since he's been playing. And
statistics are good. Quarterback ratings good. Picking up W's.
Yeah.
Last second drives, last minute drives.
I think even for the most casual of fans, like the Saints games have been infinitely more enjoyable since he's been playing.
They basically hit the over-under number. It's 4.5. They're at 4 wins.
Yeah, I mean
they could go either way.
They got
3 games left.
3 wins with him alone. Yeah, that's pretty solid. So that was fun. Went to a wedding on Saturday night, which I enjoyed. So I had a pretty good weekend.
Nice, man. You got to like that, Mario Brothers. You know what? I hate to tell you, you know what I love a lot about weddings? Not the best thing, but a lot. Usually it's some kick butt, you know what cake, like just like a high-end cake made from like a great bakery. They didn't grab it at like Walmart or Sam's Club or something.
Yeah.
And when they're slicing up that cake, you go get a nice slice of, white cake with the white icing. Pretty tasty usually at a wedding.
Yeah.
The cake's usually first class. And the food can be too, and the food can be like hit or miss. I mean, I don't want to tell you who it was and where and the wedding and all that. It was a relative, and just the food was just so mediocre from like a local caterer that has like a decent rep. It was just so painfully mediocre.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like sort of like going to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch a game. Like, I guess there's something on the menu you can find to eat.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go there for any food item in particular necessarily.
Probably not.
That's my take. What else, Mario?
Oh, not much, man. Other than that, watched some football on Sunday. Had a pretty eventful weekend with that. That took up most of my time.
Zion back in. Hopefully he continues to play and they trade him and get something for him. Some team that like, this is the missing piece. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give a first round pick. We're already over the cap and blah, 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 blah. Something ridiculous. And the Pels can get something out of it because those two rookies, that's the future.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're looking for any positives, those two guys are playing really well. We can still talk about that trade and how irresponsible it was and all that. But at least at the end of the day, the guy that they gave all that up for is looking pretty good.
Now, if the Saints have found their quarterback, have the Pelicans found their coach? That guy looks like he can coach.
Yeah, statistically, they've been a lot better. Like the win-loss record is still not good, but they've won a couple of games in a row now, which is pretty good.
In games, they seem like the coach making, very proactive decision-making at critical times that are correct.
They're definitely playing better team ball. They look noticeably better.
That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. He's fielding your phone calls, by the way. If you ever want to participate in the program, 766-9480. 766-9480. Any question, comment, criticism? 766-9480. Hey, your daily driving tips brought to you by Corey Johnson. That yellow blinking light, you can drive through that. You don't have to stop for that. You don't have to. Driving in the left lane is against the law. Driving in the left lane is against the law. And lastly, Mario Brothers, some dork was driving with the hazard lights on yesterday. Middle lane of I-10. Middle lane, just driving with the hazard lights going like painfully slow. That would go in the no comprende category. Anyway, that's the driving tips of the day. It is a Monday afternoon, 48 the high temperature. Like right now, we're experiencing the high for the day. That goes in the no bueno category. It's a bilingual show, by the way. Oh, anyway, 48 the high. We never hit the 50s today, ever. Never. Got 30s and 40s all day in New Orleans, Louisiana. 30s and 40s. Tomorrow morning, we start around 40. North Shore, it'll obviously be closer to freezing, mid-30s. But we hit 62 tomorrow afternoon, kind of warming up. 75 on Thursday, 70 over the weekends. The high temp should be nice. Might get some rain. We'll see what happens for a week from Thursday. Christmas, 10 days away? Xmas, Christmas, 10 days away. 17 days until 2026. Wow. Looking for a new job, looking for a new career? Latrum's ready to take care of you. If you've never heard of Latrum, go to their website, latrum.com. Not only do they have a full listing of jobs available, you can see what they're all about. J.M. LaPere, like 70 years ago, invented the shrimp peeling machine that peels shrimp in bulk. He perfected it. All Latrum has done is make it better and better every year, every decade, every generation. And to this day, 70 years through, the industry standard around the world. You go to these shrimp plants in Asia, China, wherever, they're using a shrimp peeling machine from Latrum. Now, when he invented the shrimp peeling machine, he needed a better conveyor belt. No conveyor belt company had it. So J.M. LaPere invented the all-plastic modular conveyor belt. He invented the alternating tread stair. So many patents, hundreds of patents. I think only Tulane University, a research university, has more local patents than Latrim. No, it's a culture of innovation, thousands of employees around the world, over 1,400 in Elmwood. They've got a few hundred off I-12 on the North Shore. Looking for a new job, a new career in 2026, go to Latrim.com. Latrim spelled Laitram, Latrim.com. Proud to talk about Latrim and promote Latrim on this program for like a decade or more. Seriously. Been talking about Latrim for a long, long time. And they've been hiring since I've been talking about them. All they do is hire and grow. No, it is a world-class company based out of New Orleans. And no, I'm fortunate. I'm lucky. I do a talk radio TV show in New Orleans, social media show in New Orleans, and I get to talk about one of the preeminent companies, just the industry standard, like Fortune 500-esque, local, Latrim. Pretty cool. No, I'm lucky. I'm fortunate. Thankful. It's game week. Boy, I'm thankful for this, fired up for this. Tulane at Ole Miss Saturday afternoon. 12-team playoff. Crazy. The Green Wave. Jon Sumrall. By the way, the coach, 4 minutes away. Tulane Green Wave and Florida Gator head football coach Jon Sumrall, only in 2025, huh? Got on one guy, and he's the coach of two major college programs. Tulane, a top 25 team now. And the Florida Gators of the Southeastern Conference, former national champs a few times. Jon Sumrall is going to join us to talk about going to Florida, New Orleans, the Tulane Green Wave, this game against Ole Miss, all of it. Doesn't get any better than that. The winner, Jon Sumrall, RMFW. Yeah, Saints win, Pelicans win. And it's not even a sports talk show. I was talking to somebody like, man, checked out your show online. Didn't know you were a sports show. No offense, I'm not into sports. I was like, I do about 10 minutes on Monday, about 10 minutes on Friday, but sometimes a sports topic can be the big local topic. And Tulane going to the 12-team college football playoffs is the big local topic. Lebanon's Cafe picked it up today for lunch. I talk the talk. I walk the walk. I love Lebanon's Cafe. Chicken shawarma, some tabbouleh. Boy, the pita bread was outstanding. Fried football kibbe. They're open till 9:30 tonight. They're open right now. Go get some lamb chops, some shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton and Jeanette by the streetcar barn. Lebanon's Cafe.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Treme, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond, Monday afternoon edition of the program. Always fired up to get this guy on the show. Tulane Green Wave head football coach and Florida Gators head football coach. Jon Sumrall joins us again. What you say, Coach?
What do you say, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing well. Yourself?
I'm good, man. Just ripping and running, dude. Had practice this morning. Staff's been in game plan meetings this afternoon. Just getting ready for a big one on Saturday, obviously.
Yeah, doesn't get much bigger than that. Hey, pretty weird. Tulane and Florida head football coach only in 2025, huh?
Yeah, it's unique ground rules, man. Different than anything I would have ever imagined. Grateful for both places letting me do this the way I'd like to finish here, and really honored that I'm getting to do it that way. Lot of firsts for me in this process, but man, it's been good and it's been rewarding, and I'm glad I'm getting to do it this way.
Just a few more laps around Audubon Park, huh, Coach?
Yeah, I took one around a day after practice. Yeah, I'm gonna get as many of those in as I can for sure.
Hey, that conference championship game, not only to be a conference champion, but to go to the 12-team playoff, the biggest game of your career ever?
Yeah, I mean, they're all big. Anytime you're playing in a championship deal, like conference championship, those games are special and they're hard to come by. And then to be able to win the game a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago now, feels like a couple weeks ago, and to come out on the right side of that game and get to celebrate on our home field, which we all knew was going to be our last game here at Ullman, celebrate a championship together, and then to know that meant we were going to get to play in the CFP, just such a cool experience, man, for us to be able to do that here and get this team to that point. Very exciting, very rewarding, and man, fired up about what's in front of us.
Is this playoff game at Ole Miss the new biggest game of your career?
Yeah, it's got to be up there, man. Like, I think getting to play in a CFP game and getting access to that game, there's only 12 teams that still have a shot or a hope to win the national championship, and we're one of them. So,
yep,
pretty special. Winning championships are special, man. Anytime you win a championship, that team will live forever together. So this team's already accomplished something really cool. But we get the opportunity to go do some cool things here in front of us as well.
I saw that tweet. One side of you, the Tulane, the other side of you, Florida, 2 teams, 2 hours sleep. You literally are coach of 2 major college football programs at the same time. How daunting has that been the last week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been a lot. Look, I'm not going to sit here and shy away from it. It's been a lot. Doing the job at one place is got its own challenges. And doing it at 2, fortunately, the staff here at Tulane is amazing. The staff we've had, and several of those guys will go with me to Florida, but that's not been the focus right now for them. The focus has been finishing this thing the right way here. And then, just having to be able to go in and out of situations and conversations and understanding which hat you're wearing, which school you represent at that moment, is probably the most unique thing, because throughout the day I might have 20 conversations that are Florida driven. I might have 50 that are Tulane driven, and then the next day it might be the exact opposite. I might have 50 that are Florida driven, and then 10 or 15 that are Tulane driven. So there's a lot of in and out of knowing what situation you're having to work through, but really just trying to do the best job I can for both places, to give both places the opportunity to be successful. Tulane's most importantly right now, right here in front of us, and then Florida for the long haul.
Well, at least you didn't have to deal with 2 early national signing days. Oh, wait, you did.
Yeah, no doubt.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that part was, that was challenging. I took the job officially on a Sunday after our last regular season game in Florida, and then flew there, had Monday morning practice, flew down there Monday afternoon, did a press conference, flew back here that night, had Tuesday practice, which there was championship week, and it was really on Wednesday because we played on a Friday, not a Saturday. And that Wednesday, there was a Thursday walkthrough for us, had National Sign Day. And so we signed 14 guys here at Tulane, 18 guys at Florida, held on to 2 really good classes for the most part, which I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of both universities, the staffs in place on both sides, the recruiting staffs in particular, support staff that help retain players on both sides of this thing, that help them realize that, hey, man, you've chosen this place. You chose a great situation. Don't waver.
Boy, thank God an extra week before the Ole Miss game, huh?
Man, we need it. We need a little bit of time. You get to this point in the year, the bumps and bruises are real. We're going to play a really talented Ole Miss team. So the extra time does not hurt at all.
How ideal is Ole Miss as an opponent, Coach? I mean, the proximity to New Orleans, so Tulane fans can get to the game, plus a rematch, the familiarity of the opponent, coupled with that they beat you. You want to return the favor. This is like ideal, right?
Well, I think, we didn't perform our best in game 1, and nothing, not to take anything away from them. They played really good. We didn't play very good. So we owe them a game. We didn't play a very good game the first time. And then 2, I do like the fact we're getting to play a regional game. I was kidding around with the director of the CFP, Hunter Yurchik. He's the AD at Arkansas. I was kind of messing with him, like, hey, please don't send this to Oregon. I'd like to stay on the eastern side of the Mississippi River if possible. And so, look, knowing this deal, it's all rankings driven. It's not geographic driven, but I do like the fact that it's regional of nature, that our fan base, if they want to go, they can get there. And we're not having to get on a plane and fly 4 hours to go play a game. We're flying up an hour.
Yep. Hey, what do you think about playing a team 2 times in the same season?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've done it here and there before, but not a ton. It's a unique challenge because they know you know them. There will be some wrinkles. There were a couple of guys out that were not available the last time we played. Our left tackle, Derek Graham, wasn't available in this game when we played him earlier in the year, but they had a couple of guys that weren't available either. So there's some things about it that make it unique because you know each other already to some degree.
I like the emojis, that you put up. A lot of folks know them now, the rat poison, the rat trap. Is there any motivation of, hey, if you win, you return to the Superdome in New Orleans to face Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, or is that strictly 110% rat poison?
Well, it's rat poison. Yeah, it's don't eat the cheese on that one yet. You know what I mean? Like, here's the deal. If we get worried about what could be if we get to the other side of this one before we have even gotten into this one, man, we'll be embarrassed. This team's good enough to beat the brakes off of us. They did it round 1, and so we got to put all our focus on playing the best we can on Saturday at 2:30 Central. And would that be a great thing to happen? Sure. It's a great storyline for the fans right now. Yes. It doesn't matter. We have to go play a game before that, and to even have that become a reality. And it's not going to be easy. I mean, Ole Miss is a really good football team. They got the record they got for a reason. They're as good as anybody in college football. You know, I mean, they lost to Georgia, but they've won a lot of games this year.
Yep.
Outside of that one, and so you know, that's their only loss all season. They're 11-1 with one loss to Georgia. All right, and so they're a handful. We need to play really good to give ourselves an opportunity to go win this game, and if you know, that's the main focus for me.
Tulane head football coach Jon Sumrall is with us this Saturday afternoon at 2:30. The Waves in Oxford, Mississippi, taking on Ole Miss in the playoffs. How hard was it for you, Coach, to leave Tulane in New Orleans? You seem to have a true love for this city and this university.
Well, we love it. Look, my family loves it here. I love it here. You know, I've said this multiple times. My oldest two kids were born here at Oshner. Man, this city, you know, me and my wife have made a pact that she can't move the family till after Mardi Gras because I got to come back for Mardi Gras. We love everything about New Orleans. It's a home to us. We're adopted New Orleanians, and this place will always hold a special place in our heart. It means something to us, and leaving here is not going to be easy. I can promise you that. There's going to be some tears shed when we have to depart permanently.
And it's kind of a different thing. Like you're going from a city to a college town too.
Say again, I lost you.
You're kind of going from a city to a college town.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, Gainesville's a college town, different environment. We're a little more urban to some degree here.
Yep. Yep.
You know, Gainesville's not a one-stop light town by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely a town where the town revolves around the university more so than Tulane's. Much more of just a part of the fabric of this city, but it's not the whole city. As there's a lot of things here going on. You got the Saints, the Pels, you got a lot of things, and so. Man, it is a different environment. It's one I look forward to being in. I think you embrace wherever you are, and you love the strengths that each place presents. And Florida's definitely embraced by the Gainesville community for sure.
Yep. Hey, Coach, I know you're going to say you have confidence in Will Hall as Tulane's next head football coach, but why? Why should the fans have confidence in Will Hall?
Well, he's been here under two different head coaches that have had success. He worked for Willie as Willie's offensive coordinator, and he's been able to see what we've done most recently to have success here. So he's seen this place rise, if you will, to where it is. You know, Will's had a couple of really successful stints as a Division II head coach, and he did some good things at Southern Miss before the end. I mean, Southern Miss program he walked into was in a really tough spot. Year two, they made a bowl game and won a bowl game and had things going the right direction. They had a couple of things that were unfortunate go the wrong way for him at the end, and it didn't go the way he wanted or anybody else. But I think he's learned a lot from that too. I think sometimes when maybe things don't go the way you like for them to, it makes you better and you grow if you use them the right way. And so Will knows his place. He knows his team, knows the roster. He'll hire a good staff. He's already hard at work with that. I'm helping him any way I can. And I believe in him, and he's a good guy, and I think he'll get the job done.
Coach had a few folks send in some questions, some Tulane fans. Morgan asks, how do you plan to account for Chambliss's running ability this time around? And what impressed you most about the conference championship game with your team? He says the defensive line.
Yeah, I'd say Chambliss is a big-time threat with his legs. He throws the ball well, obviously, but he also can create and extend plays with his legs. That's a huge component to his game. And then I would agree. Defensive line was big time in the game.
Yep.
But our run defense was big. I thought Jamari McClure, again, played lights out, played with physicality and toughness running the football. There was a lot of bright spots, but I felt like both sides of the line, the O-line and the D-line, really were strong in the game.
Hey, I got another caller, Chris. What will Will Hall's role be during the CPF run, assuming he's still 100% the passing game coordinator?
Yeah, the role for everybody for the duration of this thing is exactly what it's been all year. Nobody's changing seats until 2026 games. And so, and even in 2026, if we're playing in January, we're all going to stay in the same seat. So, yeah, Will's doing what he's been doing all year. I'm doing what I've been doing all year. Everybody's in the same roles as we finish this thing out the right way.
And Don says some rumors floating around about that Tulane football transfer policies are restrictive. Tulane only recognizes 60 credit hours for players transferring, and grad transfers are only accepted with a 3.0 GPA. Is the transfer policy hard, restrictive?
There's some things that at every place are unique, and those policies didn't hinder us. The only policies that I thought were, every university has a different number of credit hours they'll allow a student to bring in. And so Tulane's a great academic school. That actually in some ways helped us recruit guys because they had an appreciation for what this place was academically when we went through the recruiting process. Tulane isn't going to allow a guy to transfer all his hours in and take a couple classes here and get a degree from here. That's what makes this place a great academic school. And so, I think that the academic strength here hasn't been a detriment. I think it's been a positive for us, to be quite honest with you. And we've leaned into the positives that it's presented and how we could maybe attract some players that help set ourselves apart in that area.
Coach, just a couple more questions. I know you got to run. What's the secret to success this Saturday? How do you keep this thing going at least for another 10 days after this week's game?
Well, we better protect the football. We got to take care of the football when we got it. We got to get some turnovers from them. I mean, we need to go +2 in the turnover margin if we want to have a shot to win this game, I think. We got to win the run game. We got to win the explosive play battle. And then we have to play clean in the kicking game. Those are really the things. If we do that, I think we'll give ourselves the best shot.
When you came on, I said Tulane Green Wave in Florida head football coach. We said it was unique. Today it was announced you gave $100,000 to Tulane University's football program for NIL and recruiting, and you're the Florida Gators head coach. Explain that.
Well, look, we love this place. It's given us a lot, me and my family. And this was a gift that my wife and I were doing going back a couple months ago. We had decided we were going to do this gift. And then when everything transpired with us taking another job for the 2026 season, her and I had the conversation like, hey, the right thing to do is still give this gift. Because even though it won't impact the team we coach in 2026, we had already kind of gotten there in our mind, and that was the right thing to do for what we've been given here. And we still wanted to do that. And so we believe in the future of Tulane football. Feel strongly about this place and the people here. Want Will Hall to be successful. Want to give him every opportunity to be successful. And so for us, it was more about how we feel about this place and the people. And it comes from a place of gratitude for everything that this place has done for us.
Hey, Coach, the Florida Gators can wait. Go get a win on Saturday and stretch this thing out a little longer.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Roll Wave.
Yeah, you're right. Roll Wave. RMFW. That's Jon Sumrall, Tulane Green Wave head football coach. The Wave taking on Ole Miss Saturday. As big as it gets. One of the biggest college football games in New Orleans history and even the state of Louisiana with mighty LSU 80 miles upriver. It's the first team in the playoffs. The Green Wave at Oxford, 2:30 on Saturday. Lots of tickets available. I'm not saying like on the open market. I mean, it's the private market going to the school, but on the open market, inflated prices, granted. But you can get a ticket. You can get into that game, and also you can wake up at 6 a.m. on Saturday and be in Oxford, Mississippi for around noon, and the game kicks off at 2:30. Call John Currents, New Orleanian, get a reservation at, City Grocery? And go get some good food from a New Orleans chef that's been cooking in Oxford, Mississippi for about 3 decades now. I think he's got like 3 restaurants up there. A lot of New Orleans influence. No, you can get up there for noon, get a nice meal, get into the stadium at 2:30, game over at 6, tool up to Memphis, an hour away. Go get a nice dinner up there. Go do the touristy Beale Street stuff if you want. Spend the night at the Peabody Hotel. Watch the Ducks walk to the fountain. And then the next morning, get up and drive back to New Orleans. Get some interstate barbecue on the way out of Dodge. You're back in 6 hours. Roll Wave. Monday afternoon edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, every day at 6, this program, via podcast on Spotify. Also, you can check it out after the fact on X or on YouTube. We're live on X right now. We're live on YouTube right now. But at 6, you can go back and check it out. Like if you're just joining us and you're a Tulane Green Wave fan and you're like, damn, I want to hear what Jon Sumrall had to say. We just had him on for 15 good minutes, about 15 minutes into the show. So at 6 o'clock, just go to X or YouTube. On X, it's at Corey Johnson. Follow me. At YouTube, it's The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, and just click on the, show and go about 15 minutes in, and then you'll get a good 15 minutes with Tulane Green Wave and Florida head football coach Jon Sumrall. Now, Mario Brothers, I'm being a little, judgmental here, but he's not distracted, but you can a little different than the usual interview we have with him. And granted, it's playoff week. I get all that, but it's playoff week. He's the head coach of Tulane. He's the head coach of Florida. You can hear his voice, a little less sleep. I hope it doesn't cause any problems on Saturday. I don't anticipate it because this guy's just the Energizer Bunny, but you heard him. He ran a lap at Ottoman Park this morning.
Yeah, by then he'll be ready to go. I'm sure he has his pregame routine to get his mind right and be ready to coach his team. But even breaking down like the week of him getting the Florida job, going there to do the press conference, coming back to do the walkthrough for a game that Friday, like that's a lot going on. He's definitely going to be physically spent. That's no surprise.
I had about 5 other questions, and I started eliminating questions because I could just tell by his voice and not the brevity of his answers, but his answers were a little less lengthy than normal. Now it's just like, I don't need to ask this question. I'm going to skip it. What are some of the lesser questions I can eliminate? And what did I eliminate? Your love of Tulane, Uptown New Orleans in general makes, New Orleans love you back. I almost want to say get a condo in town, but I don't want you out recruiting Tulane and LSU, just chit chat like that.
Yeah.
Outside of football, as a man providing financially for your family, a wife, kids you're raising, a mom and dad always nearby. How nice is it that you've achieved financial success at such a young age? And he's like, I don't want to talk about that crap right now, dude.
Yeah.
I got a playoff game.
I hear you.
2 short years ago, you were doing incredibly well at Troy, making really good money, almost $1 million a year. Now you're going to make about 7 times that. How mind-boggling is all of this for you? He's 42. It's got to be rather mind-boggling.
Yep.
GMFG. I was like, there are no street tiles in Gainesville. You may have to come up with something organic. No GMFG.
Yeah, no, they don't need all that.
Anyway, those were a few of the other questions I was going to kind of ask or comment type thing and see what he had to say. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X.
I thought you had some good questions. I liked him touching on the game and talking about them not being the same team that they were, the first time they played Ole Miss. And, I do high school, college, NFL games. I think a common trait of good coaches on all levels is coaches that can improve their team from the beginning
as the season goes on.
Yeah, to the very end. And the Ole Miss team that faced Tulane is very much not the Ole Miss team that they're going to face on Saturday. And the Tulane team that played an SEC team the 4th week of the season, is not the seasoned Tulane team that they are right now.
No, I'm just hoping that, even the first game, it was close in the first half. And then just like one play where Tulane scores, they're like, 3 behind. They get stopped and Ole Miss, gets a turnover or something and they score and all of a sudden they're up by 10, and then it got away from Tulane.
I remember watching that game. That was my weekend in New Orleans when I had the hotel. I watched that game start to finish and Tulane dropped so many passes in the first half. Like the receivers need to step up and catch the football.
Oh, no, they have been now.
Yeah.
So I think all that's tight. So if Tulane, I just like Sumrall says, no turnovers, play a really clean game, control the clock. They've got a good run-pass balance, like keep the Ole Miss offense off the field, own the time of possession, don't have turnovers, just basic vanilla stuff like that. Maybe it's close at the end. They can get the ball last possession and get some kind of score and force overtime or outright win the ball game. But I think Tulane can win. I think obviously I'm hopeful. It's about Tulane playing a great game. And Ole Miss, no matter what, Mario Brothers, I mean, I don't see how Ole Miss comes in and plays totally tight, focused football. There's a playoff game. It's in Oxford. It's history. I just think that's going to have them wound pretty tight. coupled with they beat Tulane by 5 scores, by 35 points. It was like 45-10.
Yeah.
So I think no matter what the coaches say, no matter how many folks come in and hypnotize them in and don't overlook, subconsciously they're going to overlook.
I think so too.
They have to.
Just schematically, not only do you not have your head coach, but he was also the play caller on offense. Now Charlie White takes that over, and he's definitely qualified to do that, but it's just a different system, kind of.
It's a different motivational speech. It's a different thing. It's a new Ole Miss. They're not the same team.
Yeah, but even football-wise, like the nuances of somebody else calling the plays
of course.
for the first time in Lord knows how long.
I mean, you saw just what was the who was it that couldn't get the plays in quick enough? When LSU with Frank Wilson,
exactly.
just because they're new, and then Frank Wilson was a head coach.
Exactly.
So no, Ole Miss is going to have problems with things like that. It's not the same routine. Things might not click. Now I just hope Jon Sumrall is locked in and focused, and there's no reason for me not to think. And I just thought I swear I wanted to let him go just because I was like, he doesn't want to be here right now, kind of. Normally he's like glad to be there, glad to promote Wave, come out to the game. This is part of my job. Right now it's like, I got a playoff game. I'm the coach of 2 programs. I don't have time to go on Corey's show and chit-chat with him about pictures I take at Audubon Park.
Yeah, well, he's probably getting a lot of media requests right now, but you've had him on since the beginning. Clearly he appreciates this show from coming on it so long before I was here.
Yep.
So
and I'm not being critical of him.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom what it's what it's like to be in his shoes.
For sure. I think you can tell when people, sports or anything else, you can tell when people are genuine, and you could tell he really does.
Oh, no. That's his biggest strength. The guy's authentic. He's incapable of BS.
Yeah, exactly.
He's incapable of BS.
Not only is he not BSing anybody, but you could tell, like, he was talking about the donation and Will Hall's future. Like, he loves Tulane and is grateful to Tulane for what they did for him.
Yeah, no. And I like to keep the house through Mardi Gras because I don't know if you're Bacchus or Endymion, you put Jon Sumrall on that friggin' float.
Oh, yeah.
And his family. You have the Tulane Green Wave float, and you put Sumrall up there.
And I guess he's trying to get back here for the Sugar Bowl with Florida.
That would be ridiculous.
In the future.
Or to get to the Sugar Bowl with a victory Saturday against Ole Miss. Tulane pulls some, 28-27 upset. They're playing Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. And I hate moral victories. And I hate to say it doesn't matter if Florida won 52-7 in that game. It would be historic, and Tulane will have almost reached the finish line at that point. But that's so defeating. Sumrall right now would be like, shut up.
Yeah. I hear you, but it's true. I mean, they deserve, that opportunity.
Yep. Hey, New Orleans, when you need a fence or an automatic gate for your home, for your business, any property, you got to see the Fence Man. For fences and automatic gates, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, River parishes, anywhere in the metro New Orleans area. Over 20 years of fence and gate building experience, affordable, reliable service, personalized designs, using only the finest materials and craftsmanship. thefenceman-neworleans.com. For all of your backyard, residential, or commercial fencing needs, you got to see the Fence Man. thefenceman-neworleans.com. Yeah, you guessed it. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. The Fence Man is installing a fence in my backyard. Fired up about that because it's going to make my golf and chipping green go from a municipal public course to private. And we're very snobby. I'm blackballing a lot of people, only select membership. What am I talking about? Yeah, I got a chipping and putting green in my backyard, and the Fence Man's going to fence in my backyard. I've got the chain link. I'm going to get a 6-foot cedar fence capped at the top. Really nice. Stain it the color of my house. So the Fence Man's putting in a fence in my backyard to make my chipping and putting green more private. LGD Lawn and Landscapes installed a chipping and putting green in my backyard. The holidays are here. Christmas, a week from Thursday. And yes, LGD Lawn and Landscapes can get a chipping and putting green installed in your backyard before next Thursday, before Christmas. The ultimate Christmas gift for him or her, anyone that loves golf. NOLALGD.com. You can check out all their installations. You can get an absolutely free estimate on installation of artificial turf, synthetic turf in your backyard, or even a chipping and putting green like I've got in my backyard. NOLALGD.com. And yes, they can get it done, installed, done, over with before Christmas. NOLALGD.com. Call them today. NOLALGD.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone.
At Audubon Gutters.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years. Serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Changing talk radio in New Orleans for the better. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground. Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Yeah, you right. Monday afternoon edition of the program. Thanks so much for joining us. We do it every single day, telling it like it is. 4 to 6 o'clock. Making fun of the loony left, the hyper woke, making fun of the wacky right, the extreme. We like folks that, I like Republicans. I got a bunch of friends that are conservative Republicans. I like liberals. I got a bunch of liberal Democrat friends. Got independent thinking friends. I've got some friends, I guess, that are a little extreme left and right. But most of my close friends are just either, independent, Democrat, or Republican. But no, I like, busting the chops of those on the hardcore side just naturally, because I think they're divisive, and I think that's part of the problem in America. Not working with the other side. In reality, we all work with the other side. We all get along with everybody. Most of us. I mean, there's some extreme bitter people that don't, but anybody that, has friends, acquaintances, owns a business, has to deal with people, you're pretty fair and objective. You like everybody, That's most of us. I know that's how I am. That's how my friends are. You're not judging, not may the best man win. They want the best person in there. They don't care if they're black, white, gay, straight, whatever. But no, you have extreme folks that do extreme crazy stuff. And the wacky right and the loony left, they're very much alike. They're very much alike. Ideology, diametrically opposed. But the way they do it, divide and conquer, and the other side sucks, the other side's racist, the other side's worthless, the other side doesn't have ethics, morals, integrity. That's the same ball game they both play. No, they like dividing us. I think people are starting to get sick and tired of it. And I think most people, you can be like a staunch liberal Democrat, but, some percentage, 5, 10, 15, 20%, you got to let the conservative and Republicans in. You don't think New Orleans would be doing better if that were the case? And if you're a hardcore Republican, staunch Republican, Ronald Reagan type, you got to 5, 10, 15, 20% left the liberal side in. Most of it happens naturally. Anyway, no, I think I forget who it was, the analytics guy last week, Cuvion. We were talking about a poll, and then just generally in America, what I see all across America today, people that recognize themselves as Republicans or people that recognize themselves as Democrats, it's right under like 30% today. It's like 28, 29%. And people that might be even registered as a Republican or a Democrat, independent, libertarian, whatever, that consider themselves independent, not really affiliated with the party, although they might be and even vote that way most of the time, it's north of 40%. So I think slowly but surely it's building where, it's going to flip, and people aren't going to tolerate people that are extreme. The Democrats voting for Democrats by default, especially extreme. The Republicans voting for Republicans by default, especially the extremes. It's going to stop. They're going to vote for less extreme people that can work with the other side, because we're going to see results by working with the other side. Not all this, my side has all the answers, the other side sucks. Because I can promise you, when one side is fully in control, it's not going to work well. You can look throughout history. There might be little periods of time, but over the long haul, over several years, it doesn't take long. It's not like a decade. One side and one side only does not work well. The best economies in my lifetime, Ronald Reagan is president and Democrats controlling Congress, and Bill Clinton is president and Republicans controlling Congress. Both Clinton and Reagan had to bend a little bit, couldn't do everything they wanted 100%. And that's good. That balance, that forcing them to bend a little bit, is when we prospered the most. It's sort of like taking the best of the Democrats and the best of the Republicans. Because I honestly know neither side has all the answers. It's the beauty of America. We often forget that and just cling to our party and ignore the other side. No, we need to find like-minded, reasonable people that can have reasonable discussions on both sides, and we'll both move ahead. This is a sad story. Rob Reiner and his wife murdered by their son, stabbed to death. That Rob Reiner, meathead from Archie Bunker, creator of all these movies. Carl Reiner was his dad. No, super talented, made us all laugh, lots of great movies. Forget about the political ideology. Rob Reiner was very liberal. But boy, this is where, when I say like Donald Trump sort of like a sociopath, this is just terrible. This is where Donald Trump just needs to chill out. I don't get it. I don't get this kind of thinking. This is like no empathy, no sympathy, just mean and vindictive till the end. This is Donald Trump, I guess, on his, Truth Social. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of Donald Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Just insane. It's crazy. It's just not nice. I mean, it's a tragedy. Forget about that this guy was a liberal and didn't like you. I don't know. That's where Trump just loses me entirely. No, I didn't vote for Kamala Harris, but I didn't vote for Donald Trump, because for the rest of my life, I don't want to have to be like, yeah, I voted for Trump. I had to vote for Trump because Kamala Harris. Yeah, I voted for Kamala Harris because of Trump. I didn't want to be like that. So I voted for Jill Stein of the Green Party. Louisiana was already won. Electoral college. I mean, come on, Trump. We're like top 5% states going to Republicans. So I wasn't really worried about that. But this kind of stuff, I try to be a nice person, God-fearing person, treat others like I want to be treated, be a good man, be a good person. And when I read stuff like that from Trump and he's like serious, he's just like, come on, man. It's just sad. It's not right. Not right. What's up, Blue Boy? 5 o'clock powwow next. Stick around. Greenway Football Week.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TF-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-JC.com, the cool spot.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And
You'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Yeah, you're right. It's game week, Green Wave fans. I know, you're like, Corey, how can this week's game be the biggest game ever? You were saying it last week. Are you going to continue saying it? Yes. All season long, if the Wave keeps winning this year, yes, the next game's the biggest ever. A week from last week, the American Athletic Championship game was the biggest game in Tulane football history. Not only because you're winning a championship, that was sort of like secondary, because you're making the 12-team college football playoff. They won the conference championship. They've made the 12-team playoff. Tulane plays in Oxford, Mississippi. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. The stars have lined up. You make the 12-team playoff. You get to play a team you already played this year. You play a team that's regionally located. You don't have to go to Oregon. You're going 6 hours up I-55, an hour plane ride at the most. Your fans are going to be able to be there. And if you win, if the fluke, you pull the upset and you're a prohibitive underdog by 2.5 touchdowns plus, you pull the upset in 10 days after Saturday, you play in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans against Georgia. It's unbelievable. Roll MF Wave. Pull the upset, Jon Sumrall and the Tulane Green Wave. You can. You can. Might be just set up for it. Although when the line, Mario Brothers, is open at 17.5, didn't it? Yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm 8-1 this year on what I call a sucker bet. Tulane is the sucker bet. Vegas is bet the Wave. That's why we're making the line so big. We like Ole Miss big. We like Ole Miss cruising like game one.
Yeah, I feel that. But honestly, man, this is bad advice. I used to host a sports betting show, but I would put a little sprinkle on Tulane money line.
Yeah, but
odds are so
well,
good,
I know, but it's why? Just because you're a Tulane fan
exactly.
and you want them to win.
That's what I'm saying. You're willing.
But if you're a gambler and you don't have any emotion involved, you dump on Ole Miss.
No, it's a sucker bet, and I'm a sucker. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'd put a little sprinkle on
Oh, no,
Tulane
you remember the UNO LSU basketball game? I'm like, Mario, the spread's 20. I mean, UNO just beat TCU in hoops.
Exactly.
LSU's not very good, right? And Ole Miss, LSU won by like 35. They crushed that 20-point spread.
Exactly.
It's like Vegas knows.
Everything you're saying is correct. Like, this is not legal advice, as
Right.
they say.
Oh, what do you
but-
mean? I'm sitting here saying Tulane might pull the upset. I'm on your team.
Exactly. And not
The
only that, but
emotional fan team.
imagine if you actually put money on it and how good of a night you're going to have if
Oh,
Tulane
no,
wins.
totally. And if they lose, you're like, I don't care if I lost the
Yeah,
bet.
you lose $5.
That's when you bet Ole Miss and you're happy to lose the bet.
Exactly.
Because Tulane won.
There you go.
Anyway, what is the spread now, Mario? Can you check that out? It was
yeah.
like, what, 17 and a half, 18?
I got you.
Something obnoxious like that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's grown. If I had to guess, it's like 19 or 20.
Man, still wild to see the Tulane logo with these teams in the
No,
college
it's
football-
fantastic to see it.
in the college football.
The Angry
playoffs.
Wave, one of the best logos in all of college sports, just in time.
17.5. Tulane money line is plus 590.
Plus 590.
Yeah, so almost
You bet $100 and Tulane pulls the upset. You get 590 back.
Yes.
On $100 bet. That's you bet the money line gimmick.
Just a little sprinkle.
Yes, you put a little sprinkle on the money line, not the spread. Who cares about doubling your money?
Yeah, that's
you want the upset. You don't want to just hang within the 17. Who cares about that?
Yeah, no.
Tulane loses, 35 to, 50. You're not like, hooray.
Exactly.
You're bummed out.
No.
35-52 is not no kind of, I won the bet. No, bet them straight up with a 590 money line. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of Tulane money coming in from around
Yep.
these parts.
No, I like that. Anyway, Tulane at Ole Miss Saturday afternoon at 2:30 in Oxford, 6 hours up I-55. It's on ABC too, nationwide television audience. First round of the playoffs. And like I said, the Wave pulls the crazy upset. You not only get 590 on your 100, Wave will be in the Sugar Bowl. Crazy. Crazy. Hey, they're closed tonight for dinner, but they're open all week. Tuesday through Friday for lunch, Tuesday through Saturday for dinner. I'm talking about Gallagher's 527. What did I tell you last week? My brother comes in during the summer and he comes in around Christmas from London. My brother lives in London. He's an actor in London. The last couple of times he's come in, we've gone to Gallagher's 527. I'm not making this up. Get a reservation. My brother tells me the date, the time, 8 people. I called him. I need 8. I'd like to sit at that wine bar right in the front when you walk in. 8 people, 637 this night. Of all the places we could go, like Gallagher's 527 is where he wants to go because he's going to get gumbo or turtle soup and the crab meat St. Francis and the seafood mirliton and the sweet potato casserole. And then he's probably going to get some local seafood like pompano or redfish or the gulfish almadine or the speckled trout or bacon-wrapped shrimp or bacon-wrapped oysters or scallops. Those are the Taste of New Orleans type things he can enjoy. And then who knows? He lives in London. He might want a prime New York strip sizzling in butter or double-cut lamb chops and quail. Gallagher's 527, so damn good. Get there for lunch. That 3-course $24 lunch special is ridiculous. I spend $20 at Raising Cane's. For $24, you can get a 3-course killer lunch special at Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. We peaked out today at 48 degrees, and now the temperature's dropping again. Now, overnight, like 2, 3 a.m., we might get into the 30s on the South Shore, but it's expected to be around 40 when you wake up around 6, 7 a.m. tomorrow, and then warm up from there. Warm up from there. Yeah, we never made it to 50 today. 30s and 40s all day long. And we won't make it to the 50s until sometime tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning around 40, but 62 is the high tomorrow. 75 on Thursday. 70s over the weekend. High temperature. Christmas, by the way, a week from Saturday. Wow. Christmas a week from Saturday. And Junket Cantrell is done in 4 weeks. What a great countdown, huh? 10 days till Christmas, 28 days till Junket Cantrell goes bye-bye. And then you just wait for the trial or guilty plea, and if jail time is inevitable. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, Rob Reiner and his wife stabbed to death by their son. Yeah, that Rob Reiner, the director and actor, just tragic. I mean, Meathead on Archie Bunker on that show was incredible. I mean, go pull up any of those, just Meathead, Archie Bunker back and forths. It's crazy. Hysterical. I like the Wolf of Wall Street movie, and Rob Reiner was like the Wolf of Wall Street's dad and was fantastic in it. Hysterical. No, he understands Hollywood as an actor, as a director, producer. No, just tragic. And Donald Trump, man, just mean and classless, zero empathy, crazy. I'm not even going to read it again, but just his narcissistic, egomaniacal, like it's all about him, just this about Rob Reiner's death. I mean, someone dies and he just, family's grieving, friends are grieving, and he just attacks the poor guy. I mean, like Donald Trump all you want as president. I was talking to my brother about this yesterday. We went to lunch. My mom didn't join us because she said it was too cold. And we were saying, you know, both have friends that are big Trump supporters. Most of our friends are like, yeah, dude, he's a jerk. He's a caustic jerk. They egomaniacal, insecure, all this. But I like his ideology. I like what he's doing for the country. I got no problem with those people. I respect those people. I don't care if you vote for Trump or vote for Harris. I could still be friends with you. I mean, most of my friends, honestly, we don't talk politics. Don't talk religion. We think a lot alike. Most of my friends think a lot alike politically. Even when I have friends that are conservative or liberal. I could put these people, conservative and liberal, in a room, my friends, and they both might go, man, he's crazy. Oh, man, we disagree on so much. And I'd be like, here's the truth. Y'all agree on about 80% of everything. Like 80%, y'all are fully aligned. That's why I'm friends with both of you, because we're aligned. Now, my mom never told me this, but there's an old line, like your mom said, never talk religion and politics. No, just because it's caustic. That's why I tell Bradley Sneller this at Stack Gym all the time. I'm like, dude, I've been at your gym for like over a year and a half, going on 2 years. Never once have I seen a Biden, Harris, Trump, MAGA, nothing political, nothing about Jesus is Lord or God, nothing religious. No conversations about religion or politics ever. That's what's great about Stacked Gym, stackedcoaching.com. Everybody's on the same page trying to get fit and healthy. Fit and healthy. Now, you know my problem, Mario Brothers, because Bradley says it best. He's like, nutrition is for weight loss. I mean, listen to this. Nutrition is for weight loss, like how you eat. Fitness is for wellness, like physical and mental well-being, being physically fit. You can't outwork a bad diet. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm fat and gushy anymore. I'm not. But nutrition is my problem. Like I still carry fat and, you know, can't get rid of it because I still go eat good food too much. And I can't eat like a chicken breast and brown rice 5 days a week. Nutrition is for weight loss. Fitness is for wellness. You can't outwork a bad diet. You can't go to the gym and go, yeah, I ate all that crap yesterday. I'm going to go to the gym and work it off. Doesn't work that way. 5 o'clock powwow. A lot coming your way. Don't move.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Following the facts.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
Corey Johnson.
A sad, tragic story out of Hollywood, like hard to believe. Rob Reiner and his wife stabbed to death by their son. Their son has a history of drug problems, also of mental problems. Yeah, that Rob Reiner, the actor, the director, who made us laugh a lot. I mean, since I was a kid. He was a young actor in his early 20s when he was Mike Meathead on All in the Family with Archie Bunker. I mean, if you go online, go to YouTube and just put in, Meathead Archie Bunker, it's going to just pull up these little back and forths that could be 30 seconds to a few minutes, and they're hysterical. He also was in Throw Mama from the Train, Sleepless in Seattle, Bullets Over Broadway, The First Wives Club, Primary Colors, and recently The Wolf of Wall Street about a decade ago. Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men, The American President. These were all movies he produced, directed. Just tragic. His dad was Carl Reiner. Donald Trump on his Truth Social. This is what he posts about Rob Reiner's tragic death where he was murdered. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as the Trump derangement syndrome. Like, Trump's trying to make a joke about it. The guy just died, was murdered, didn't die. has passed away. He was stabbed to death by his son, who has mental issues and drug problems. And he tries to make a joke that he's got Trump derangement syndrome. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Like, in radio, there's a thing called a kiss and kick. That Mario Brothers, for being slow, he did pretty well in the marathon. It's like I'm dogging him for being slow, but I'm praising him for running the marathon. It's like, why don't you just say congratulations for Mario running the marathon? But there's this kiss and kick thing where it's like a radio term where you deliberately dog someone, It's amazing. Jimmy could barely speak, but he had a great career in radio. It's like, wow. Trump sits there and kicks him the whole time, and at the end, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. And then this extreme lunatic Laura Loomer, her name should be Laura Looney. The crazy thing about Laura Loomer, the craziest thing for me, besides her just insane tweets and posts, look at Laura Loomer. Go online, Google Laura Loomer. Mario Brothers, pull up Laura Loomer. Google that, pull up Laura Loomer and go to images. I want you to tell me how old you think this lady is. Click on images. That's her. Right there on the right with the hat. Right
She
there.
looks like she's in her 50s, maybe?
Like how old? 50.
Like in her 50s?
Yeah. 55.
Like 55.
You don't think she's 60, though?
No.
50, 55?
Yeah.
She's 31.
Oh, wow.
31.
Okay.
I mean, is that a wreck or what? I'm
Yeah,
waiting for the
she's
faceplate to pop off.
Yeah, she's got some,
Issues.
Yeah.
And this is her tweet today. Rob Reiner was a loser. Naturally, his son was also a loser, and he got addicted to drugs and allegedly murdered his parents. Looks like Rob should have spent more time parenting and less time spreading Russian conspiracy hoaxes about President Trump. I stand with President Trump.
Yeah, that's
just
awful.
insane.
That's awful.
Rob Reiner was a loser. I wouldn't say he's a loser. You may not like him and you may not like his ideology, but he was a winner. He was a successful actor, director, producer. He was successful at the job he did. So I wouldn't call him a loser. Naturally, his son was also a loser. His son has like mental issues, like not because of drugs, like needed to be on prescription medication because he has mental issues. He's not right. And you're naturally his son's a loser. Just no empathy. Got addicted to drugs, allegedly murdered his parents. No, pretty much did murder his parents. There's no one denying that. Just, I don't understand people, just how mean people can be, man. Like or dislike Rob Reiner, and liberals do the same crap, Charlie Kirk. No empathy or sympathy to him. He was mean. Hell with him. Glad he died. I'm like, well, God, man, it just hurts you. You're like, it's sickening. You're like, you people are sick. It's like, forget about the comment. This moron could be at the grocery store I'm at tonight or today shopping. I don't want these people anywhere near me that think like this. Evil people, man. Not nice. Not nice. Unbelievable. No, Rob Reiner and his wife stabbed to death by their son. And you've got just no empathy from the president of the United States of America. Just don't say anything, Trump. You don't like the guy, just be quiet. I mean, I'd say like rise above it, be bigger than it. But Donald Trump doesn't rise above things and be bigger than. He just goes to the lowest level. He likes the gutter and he likes slinging the crap around. He's like a sociopath with these comments. It's wrong. It's just evil, diabolical, mean-spirited, hate-filled, not kind, not generous, not sympathetic, no empathy, no understanding, not worried about friends and family after someone got tragically murdered. It's a tragedy. Forget about political ideology. Who gives a crap about that? Sickening. No, I don't give a crap, honestly, except that This is the president of the United States. How does this kind of thinking on this level, I'm not smart enough, it's over my pay grade, over my head. How does this affect him with Ukraine, Israel, domestic problems, the tariffs? I mean, on and on and on. It's not right. Saints win. That's right. Saints win. Pelicans win. Both on Sunday. It's crazy. A few weeks ago, I remember both teams lost. You're like, what do you expect? Pels, man, those rookies. And Zion's playing. Get him healthy and trade him for a bag of M&Ms and some day-old nachos with the cheese on them, where like the chips just sag. Trade him for that. Anything you can get. Lawn service for a day. Anything you can get. Your nails done. $5 foot long at Subway. Whatever you can get. No, Zion's got to go. The rookies are the face of the franchise. Fears and Queen. Huh, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. I'm glad Zion's out on the court.
Yep.
But he needs to go. He's terrible.
I'm glad he's coming off the bench, though. They're not, like, forcing him into the starting lineup.
No, but just get him healthy and trade him quickly.
Yeah.
Or cut him.
Yeah, but even independent of that, I'm glad that the rookies are getting playing time now. They weren't as much when Willie Green was the head coach, and they're looking good. You know, if anything of this nightmare of a season where you don't even have your own first-round draft pick, you could at least take some solace in those guys playing well.
And Shuck looks like the QB of the future, huh?
Shuck looks really good, man.
I mean, really good.
I think, like, not even – the numbers look good. I saw a stat Jeff Duncan posted, which is interesting. He's won 3 games this season, all against teams with winning records. And the whole time Derek Carr was here, he won 3 games
total
against teams with winning records.
Yep.
So the numbers look good, but even independent of the stats, like game-winning drives, had one yesterday.
Game-winning drives, the statistics, the numbers.
Yeah, would have had a second one in the game a couple weeks ago on the road when Olave had the pass go through his hands. Like, he is unusually poised for a rookie NFL quarterback.
What, 25, and he's like 6 years of college, right? 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I really think that
he's older than Rattler.
He is older than Rattler.
A little.
And speaking of, I think the holding him to the sideline the first 8 games was an
brilliant.
excellent decision.
That was smart decision.
I think he really benefited a lot from watching Rattler, kind of getting used to the speed of the game before finally getting out there. And he looks like ready. Like, that's a credit to Kellen Moore and this plan that they established.
How about this kicker, man? Like a year and a half ago, this guy didn't even know what a football was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Literally.
I love his accent too. Like being from Ireland and the viral videos of the bar with his family and friends watching.
Yeah, he's like rugby soccer player and could kick the hell out of the football and kicked a game winner.
And dependable. Has not missed a kick yet at home.
Well, yeah, right. He has 1 miss, and that was what happened on that? I forgot. There was something. There was some one that it was outside. I don't know. He corrected the problem. He's been good.
No, he's been more dependable than Groupie for sure.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And special teams.
Didn't Groupie hit a potential game winner yesterday from like 60, right?
From like 60 yards. Yeah.
For the Colts?
It's funny. We were kind of talking mess about him a little bit on the Spanish broadcast, and right as that happened, he made the 60-yard field
Rivers
goal.
played all right.
Yes.
Rivers in the post game, you can tell just like, I mean, he's not in bad shape, but he's big and puffy. Like he's overweight. He's 44. He hadn't played football in 5 years. He could have been in the Hall of Fame this year.
100%.
You know?
Well, I mean, I don't see how people can hate on Phillip Rivers, man, honestly. Like, for him to get out there, and he talked about it after, like he wants to set a good example for his high school kids, you know, don't be afraid.
How about Cam Newton mouthing off like I'm available, and they go after Phillip Rivers? It's like, dude, Cam Newton, you sucked for several years and rode the bench at the end. No one wants you. I don't get this. Phillip Rivers was a starter. He might be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're going nowhere near that, Cam Newton. It's just crazy, and then makes it like a race issue. And then I read stuff like the Michigan coach was fired because of race. Michigan never wanted a black coach. It's like, this guy's a stalker. He's getting arrested. It's like major problems. I mean, people, it's 2025. Sports are the great equalizer. You know, coaches, players, the best coach and the best play.
Yeah, some guys' opinions you just don't take seriously. Like Ryan Clark to me is no better than Laura Loomer, who you were just talking about a minute ago. Like just
Mario,
very, very biased.
There are 32 teams. It's a monopoly, okay? Like you play the best or you lose.
Exactly.
You play the best or you lose.
Yeah.
There's no one slipping through the cracks.
There are guys.
The best players play. There's about 20 quarterbacks in the world that are viable, like 20.
Yeah.
Like the back third of the league doesn't have a viable starter. So Cam Newton, it's insulting to the NFL and starting quarterbacks for him to make that stupid comment.
People overlook stuff. I'll give you Deshaun Watson, who is an African-American man, by the way. And there are players on the field right now that are on video of like hitting women, domestic violence. So everything you're saying is true. People overlook stuff. That is definitely something they would overlook.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And that story's wild, by the way. Like the Michigan coach, all the fallout, everything. Like it's one of the crazier stories I've seen in college football.
It's a Monday afternoon edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow. Hey, Greenway fans, it's game week. Jon Sumrall was with us last hour for 15 minutes. You want to check it out at 6 o'clock.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday. We peaked out today at like 48. That was the high. Never made it to 50 today. 30s and 40s in Metro New Orleans. It's cold out there. And yes, I underdressed. I'm only going from the car to work. And coming, this afternoon, it was okay. But I was like, man, I'm underdressed. It's cold. Leaving in a little while, now that it's nighttime and dark and windy and cold, it's going to be bitter. And then, it's going to take a little while for the heat, my car to heat up and all that. Anyway. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls. 766 98480. Tulane Green Wave, Ole Miss Rebels, 2:30 this Saturday, Oxford, Mississippi, nationally televised game on ABC. It's round one of the playoffs. Round one of the playoffs. Sad, tragic story out of Hollywood. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm reading after the fact. It wasn't Rob Reiner, his wife, murdered or killed. It was Rob Reiner's son being charged with the death. I'm like, wait, what? Rob Reiner's son being charged with the death of his father? Rob Reiner's dead. And then I'm reading Rob Reiner died and his wife stabbed to death by their son. A lot of folks, let's say 55 plus, 60 plus for sure, 65 plus for sure. Remember All in the Family. Go to YouTube. It was a crazy show. A lot of the stuff that was on All in the Family could not even air today on television. This was the final scene between Carol O'Connor, Archie Bunker, and Rob Reiner playing Meathead, his son-in-law, as they, Rob Reiner and Gloria, the daughter, were moving out the house. Mario, let's hear that last scene.
I want to thank you for all the years you let me live here and for all the free meals and for all the nice times we had together. I know there was a lot of arguing and fighting, but we did have some nice times.
Yeah, there was nice times.
You've been like a father to me.
Well, hey, you've been just like your son to me. You never did nothing I ever told you to do.
Hey, Arch, we want you and Ma to come visit us out there.
Well, maybe your mother-in-law can do that, but,
Well, I think you'd like it out there.
Nah, I don't think so.
Sure, fresh juice every morning.
Well, you know me, I always take the candy.
Lots of sunshine.
Yeah, what I burn these?
Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, well, I don't like an ocean where the sun goes down. I like an ocean where the sun comes up.
I'm gonna miss you.
Well, listen, I'm gonna, hey, listen. You just take very good care of Gloria and Joseph.
Those are two things you never have to worry about, Arch, I promise.
All right. Rob Reiner, Meathead, on All in the Family. It's a tragic story. He has a son with mental issues and drug addiction history. And apparently the stories are Rob Reiner and his son had a major argument. And apparently his son stabbed Rob Reiner and Rob Reiner's wife, his mother and father, to death. Just tragic. No, and then the story on top of the story is Donald Trump's just caustic, crappy comments, man. Just no sympathy, no empathy, just real jerk, Love Donald Trump. Vote for him a dozen times. Don't think Democrats have anything to offer. I hear you. But my God, be a human being and acknowledge the guy that you vote for is a jerk. And look, I mean, I got friends that love Donald Trump. They're MAGA to the end. And they're like, the guy's a jerk. The guy's an egotistical, narcissistic sociopath. He's got major problems. He's friendless. He always right, always the best. It's obnoxious. He gets on Twitter. It's obnoxious. But I'm a conservative, and I got to vote for him. I can't vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, I respect that. I respect the hell out of that. But folks that just like, bring up, it just irritates, he's doing it to irritate liberals. It's just, that isn't irritating liberals. That's irritating normal human beings, regardless of political ideology. And it doesn't matter if Rob Reiner hated Trump, didn't like him, he's a bleeding heart liberal. None of that matters. He got tragically murdered. His family and friends are, in despair, and Trump just craps all over him. It's mind-blowing. It really is. I mean, just the biggest jerk in America is Donald Trump. The president of the United States is the biggest jerk. And maybe the most insecure, narcissistic human being in history is Donald Trump. Man, just chill out. Why do you have to always be so caustic, so divisive, so on the attack, just relentless? Just not right. Try to act more presidential. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. No, it has nothing to do with politics or ideology. Love Trump all day. I'm not telling you to not love him or vote for him. I'm just saying, man, the guy's got to have a little more respect for himself and other people, for crying out loud. Guy got stabbed to death, murdered. It's a tragedy. Politics and ideology is irrelevant at this point. You know, in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you can say all you want about Rob Reiner and how y'all disagreed. But less than 24 hours after he's tragically murdered, but, you know, have some regard, have some couth, you know, show a little class. That's Donald Trump's beyond all that. Hey, since 1940, Young's Dry Cleaning, a New Orleans institution, I dropped off 18 shirts at Young's. Now, I tell Dale this. He's like, dude, take advantage of our free pickup and delivery. You live right by some Young's lockers. I'm like, Dale, I don't want y'all having to deal with me. I'll come to the location on Claiborne's right across from Tulane, right by my house, less than 5 minutes away, and I'll drop off. And today I dropped off 18 shirts. They'll be ready Thursday. Now, I could have said I need them Wednesday. They would have been like, no problem. But again, I don't need to work them. I don't need them coming to me. I'll let them take care of you. All the other customers out there. Free pickup and delivery, manless locker locations. Want to experience the best? youngsdrycleaning.com. My dry cleaner for over 30 years. We never hit the 50s today. But some good news if you're not a fan of the winter. Tomorrow, we wake up around 40, and the high tomorrow afternoon is 62. So kind of cruising right back to normal. On Thursday, it'll be a high of 75. 70s over the weekend. Now, that's what I love about the non-summer season in New Orleans. We get a cool or even cold wintry mix. 36, 48 hours later, we're at 65 degrees. It's game week, Wave fans. Saturday, 2:30, Oxford, Mississippi. The Wave taking on Ole Miss. First round playoffs. The winner, 10 days later, plays in the Sugar Bowl against Georgia. Can you imagine Tulane pulling the upset? Roll, Wave. RMFW. Hey, Green Wave fans, at about 4:20 this afternoon, 4:19, Tulane Green Wave head football coach and Florida Gator head football coach Jon Sumrall joined us live on the program. A good 15 minutes with Jon Sumrall. Now, at 6 o'clock, you can go to X, follow me there, at Corey Johnson. At 6 o'clock in 15 short minutes, you can click on the program and go 15 minutes in, and you'll have 15 good minutes with Jon Sumrall, one-on-one with the coach. If you follow us on YouTube, or actually click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, it doesn't cost anything. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson, same deal, 15 minutes in, Tulane, Florida Gators head football coach Jon Sumrall for about 15 minutes, talking about the big game this Saturday in Oxford, Mississippi. You can also check it out via the podcast on Spotify in about 15 minutes. Plus, in about the next 8 or 10 hours or so, you can check out short clips of Jon Sumrall, pretty much short clips from the show every day on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Finally, after years of fledgling, we're making a mark, making a move via social media. Old school and new school. Yeah, Wave fans, check out Jon Sumrall. Good interview one-on-one. I will tell you this. I could tell just by his voice, the way he was talking, the way he quickly answered questions. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Jon Sumrall's distracted. Jon Sumrall, I mean, I had like 5 more questions I would normally ask that I stayed away from. I stayed away from the like, Coach, love the photos on Twitter. Sumrall was like a little shorter, a little more rushed, almost like, Corey, you've been a supporter of the program, having me on through the last couple of years, want to come on the show, but I'm busy, man. So I cut out like 5 of the kind of softball type questions. You love Uptown, you love Tulane, that kind of thing, and focus more on just, popping out the questions. He wasn't curt or short. He was just a little quicker, not as animated, not as affable, kind of more focused and flat, and shorter and quicker with his answers. And I could sense he's like a lot on his plate. Like, don't have time for the chit chat, the usual stuff about photos in Audubon Park. I don't think that's a problem or anything. I think Jon Sumrall has a lot on his plate, but I could sense it. That's what I felt. Maybe I'm wrong, but I was like, man, I'm not going to ask these softball questions like you love Uptown and it's hard to leave New Orleans and stuff. I'm going to focus on the real questions and get him out of here. Let him go. So he's got a game on Saturday. I appreciate the time and appreciate it all the time. And I appreciate him coming on today, game week, feeling like obligated. Let me go on with Corey. But I didn't want to keep him. Check it out. Hey, every day this program on radio, on television, on YouTube, on X. Brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Lamarck Ford, the big store in Kenner. The #1 Lincoln dealership in the state in Kenner. And Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. Every day, the program brought to you by Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy.
So true. You can say anything. Disparage me all you want. Just don't say anything bad about Blue Boy. He's just a good boy. He's a good buddy. Dinner problem. Where am I going to dinner tonight? Katie's in Mid-City. What a great way to start the week. Monday night at Katie's. Got flat screen TVs. You can check out Monday Night Football while you're dining on some great New Orleans specialties. Lots of seafood, lots of New Orleans goodies, as New Orleans as it gets. Problem solved tonight for dinner. Make it Katie's in Mid-City. There's a slightly large football contest in Oxford, Mississippi, Saturday afternoon. As big as it gets for the Green Wave, city of New Orleans. Brett Martell has been writing for the Associated Press for nearly 30 years. He joins us live on the program, another Martell Monday. What up, Brett?
Hey, Corey. A little cold outside, but other than that, it's pretty good. Very busy this week.
Yep. Saints pick up a win yesterday. Pels pick up a win. Tulane at Ole Miss Saturday. I had Jon Sumrall on the program last hour, Brett. He was a little quicker with his answers, a little flatter, kind of been there, done that. I'm not here to come on your show to promote this week's game. I kind of 86'd a few questions that were sort of softballish. You're going to miss New Orleans crap like that, and let him go, Brett. I could tell he was like, don't really have time for this, and I'm not saying that in a mean way or a disparaging way. He's the coach of Tulane. He's the coach of Florida. It's the biggest football game in Tulane history Saturday. So I didn't want to keep him long.
No, but he really is media friendly. I mean, the fact that he even agreed to come on your show, I think is kind of
says it all.
Extraordinary.
Yep. I said that. No, Brett, I'm with you, but I sensed that he was not as affable as, more locked in. And I was like, I'm going to let him go,
But a lot of times the coaches won't do any extra on a week like this, and especially a guy like him who's already, going to a different job. He thinks it's important enough to keep on promoting Tulane. He's not just showing his commitment to the kids by coaching them on Saturday, but he's showing the commitment to the school and the program by going on your show, which is nice.
Yeah.
In a very, very busy week when he's doing two jobs at once and getting ready for a huge game, like you said. But yeah, he's got to. And the thing is, though, he's got to really edit himself because he's on the slower weeks. He can talk for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's very he's a conversationalist. Let's put it that way, and very affable.
No, he is.
And and that's why he's been a great recruiter. And but he's also a hard-nosed competitor and organized. Done a great job in his 2 seasons with the team.
Yep.
And he expects, based on, I spoke to him today as well, he doesn't want to be unrealistic about, projecting upsets, but he expects Tulane to play a lot better this time than they did last time.
No, I think they will. I mean, Brett, I'm not trying to just come up with cliches and obvious answers, but they did this in the championship game. The high-powered offense with North Texas, a quarterback that's capable. They controlled the clock, and they had a balanced offense where they could rattle off a lot of plays and sustain long drives. So I think you go to Oxford. I think if two things. If Tulane doesn't turn the ball over or, wins the turnover battle and wins time of possession like significantly, like 38 minutes to 22, I think they got a pretty good chance. I think if the time of possession's equal and they're down in the turnover battle, I don't see how Tulane can win that game. But I think if they can do those things, and they did it in the championship game, they've got a chance. I think balanced offense, no turnovers, control the clock. They got a shot.
Well, yeah, I think that they do have a shot. I mean, Sumrall said today it's possible that Tulane will be very happy with the way they play and still lose. But what we don't really know is that if Tulane has a good day and Ole Miss has a bad day, who knows what could happen? I mean, Ole Miss is going through some serious and unusual upheaval. And they may respond great to that. Sometimes teams do, but they may also be out of sync, disjointed. The game may play out. The coaching staff may manage the game a little differently than they're used to. There's a reason that LSU wanted Lane Kiffin, and his absence likely will be felt in that game by Ole Miss. And so, considering how much Tulane's chemistry has grown over the course of the year in areas where they've gotten better, from their secondary to their running game with Jamari McClure to Retzloff's chemistry with the receiving core and his comfort with the offensive system, the defensive front. That they've done really well. Just I think they're kind of peaking right now, and we don't know how Ole Miss is going to play, and so it just sets up a potentially interesting matchup, and it would just be good for the college football playoff system to see one of these non-power teams stay in the game the whole time, unlike last year where both of them kind of got beaten handily.
Brett Martell's with us. Another Martell Monday. Brett, I asked Sumrall about, rat poison, rat trap. You win, you play in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. He was like, yeah, rat poison, rat trap. He's so I need him on the golf course. He's one shot at a time.
Right. Yeah, if we could only channel all that.
Yep.
And not have the bad shot bleed over into the next one. You're still trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
He needs to be that way right now because this is it, right? He knows every game with Tulane could be his last, and that means, as much as he's looking forward to being in Florida, he's got a relationship with these guys that he's been coaching really hard since spring, in Retzlaff's case since the summer. And it's always sad when a team breaks up, permanently.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's ready for, it's going to be emotional for him. So, he wants to be locked in and make sure he gives everything he possibly can to this game and has no regrets, leaves it all on the table. He wants his players to do the same thing. They appear to be galvanized and playing well. And so that's why I don't want to, they're 17.5-point underdogs, but
yep,
I wouldn't rule them out.
Hey, Brett, where can folks check out your latest and greatest, which I'm assuming is going to be on Tulane and Sumrall today?
Yeah, big Jake Retzlaff feature coming out tonight. APnews.com or AP News app on a website. And Blue Boy, if he could read, he would enjoy it.
Blue Boy reads your stuff all the time. He loves it. Thank you, Brett.
All right, take care.
That's Brett Martell. He knows the famous Blue Boy. Yeah, Blue Boy likes Brett stuff. He looks it up online. See you tomorrow at 4:00. Roll Wave.
Ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.